Hi, everybody. We are finishing up geometry. Like, you're almost done with the school year. We have 11.3 today, which is pyramids and cones. And then we have 11-11.4, which is spheres tomorrow. And then we're done. And we are going to do a review, because what we have is, there's some topics that the Algebra 2 teachers want us to teach you and remind you of. So we're going to spend a while doing that to make sure that you're ready. And you won't really have a final. What you are going to have for a final is just a review of topics that you need to know. So we'll talk about that as that gets closer. Maybe, next week, the 20th or the 21st or the 22nd. But it's just an assignment. You're not going to have a final that's 20% of your grade. It's not going to be high pressure. It's going to be more of a review. Let's make sure you know. And it's going to be on Go Formative. So it's going to be pretty basic and standard. Okay? All right. So what we've got is pyramids first. So this front side of our notes is going to be all about pyramids. Pyramids have a square base or they have a triangular base. So here's two pyramids. Okay. So on these pyramids, a square base or a triangular base. And in order for us to find the volume, if I were to take out this circle and I wanted to fill it up with water, and I wanted to know how much water would go inside this pyramid, then I would be finding the volume. Same thing with this one. So in order for me to actually find the volume of a pyramid, here are the formula. It's different for a triangular base, just barely though. All right, so here we go. When I have a square base pyramid, the volume is 1/3 of big B means the area of the base, and H means the height. Okay, so 1/3 of, because since it slants upward, it's not just going to be big B times height. This is not a box, right? The sides come in, so that's where the 1/3 appears. That's why it's a 1/3, because it doesn't fill up the entire space. Okay, so here we go. I first need to figure out, let's do number 1 together. I first need to figure out what the area of, and I'm going to do capital B, right? And you know what? I decided last week that a pencil was just not good enough. Okay, so the area of the big base is going to be, it's a slight rectangle. And so that's going to be length times width, right? So it's going to be 10 times 11. So that is 110. Then I can now calculate the volume formula. You're going to need a calculator, so do that. Okay. 1/3 the area of the base, 110, times the height of the pyramid. That's 16. Okay, on your calculators, there's a lot that you could do here, a lot of choices. So this is the calculator that I have at home that I've been using since I was in college, actually. This, I'm lucky enough, has an actual fraction on it. But otherwise, if you don't have a fraction, you can do a couple of things. Let me show you. You can do, obviously, 110 times 16 divided by 3. Okay, so that's going to get me, and we're just going to round to the nearest, we could say round to the hundredths place. Hundredths place is 2 numbers after. Tenths is right after the decimal point, and hundredths is the second digit after the decimal point. This is going to be the best for you. Okay, so 110 times 16 divided by 3. So the volume of this triangle is 586.67 inches cubed. This is a three-dimensional figure. Your exponent is a cube. Your unit of measure is an inch. Okay? So using a fraction on a calculator is really not as good as something like just dividing by 3, right? Okay. This now has an odd-shaped base. Let's go to number 2. This has an odd-shaped base, but that's fine. So I need to find the area of the base, big B area. Okay, so that's going to be length times width. 21 times 9. Good. Okay, so 21 times 9 is 189. So my volume formula is going to be, let's just do it how we talked about. 189, big B, times the height, 5, divided by 3. Okay, that's going to be a lot easier than doing 1/3 times or 0.333333, because then you don't know when to stop the 0.3s because it goes on forever. So your answer could actually be off by like a tenth or a hundredth, not a tenth, like a hundredths if you don't enter enough 0.33333. So that would be annoying. Anyhow, okay. My volume for number 2 is 315 yards cubed. So we're going to skip number 3. And now we're going to talk about triangular pyramids. The formula for area for a triangular pyramid, right? I'm going to have the area of my big B. Remember, the area of a triangle. My base is a triangle. And since my base is a triangle, I'm going to do 1/2 base times height first to find the area of my triangle. That's what big B is going to be. So then the volume, then like the height would obviously be, it'll tell you in the problem, you'll see. Okay, so number 3, here we go. I'm sorry, number 4. There, we can see it. Let's get our triangular pyramid in view so you have a visual. Here we go. The area of my triangular base is 1/2 12. Okay, a base of a triangle is 12. The height of this bottom is 7.5. That's what the arrow is pointing to. Okay, 1/2, so 7.5 times 12, cut in half, right? It's 45. I know that you might just be sitting and watching me do the math and then copying down all my calculator answers, which I know, like that's the lazy way to do it. But I do need you to make sure that you actually can do the calculations of the triangle in your calculator on your own. So at least do one of them or 2 of them. Pause the video and then make sure that you get the same answer as me. Okay? That is the area of my triangular base, right? Now I'm going to do the volume. So it's going to be the big B, 45, times the height. The height of my triangle, they said, was 10, divided by 3. Okay? And it's 150. The unit of measure is millimeters, and it's cubed because it's a three-dimensional object. So it's basically formulas. There's so many formulas to memorize in this chapter 11. Lots and lots. Okay, real quick before we do number 5, Cavaliere's Principle applies to cones and pyramids as well. So it says that the volume of a regular cone or regular pyramid is going to be the same as if I had a slanted cone or a slanted pyramid. So if I had this pyramid and I kind of just like kept the bottom intact, but then I just like pushed it to the side, then it would still have the same volume because my distances are the same. Nothing changed on my base. It just got pushed, tilted. Okay. So I drew a picture of like a tilted cone, a slanted cone. So you can see it's still going to have the same volume. Okay. That's Cavaliere's principle. Okay, let's do number 5. The area of my triangular base is 1/2. See how the right triangle is here? The right triangle tells me my base. And then I have to figure out, well, what's my height? What's this? This is X. So I'm going to do a little bit of extra math. Okay? All right. So I'm going to do 1/2 base. Now I need to know what X is. So let's go over here to the side. And I need to do Pythagorean theorem. A squared, B squared, C squared. Here, does this help? A squared, B squared, C squared. So here we go. A squared, 14 squared, plus B squared, that's my X, right? I could put B, that might be easier for you, equals 22.1 squared. Okay, so 14 squared, 196. And 22 squared, 488.41. Subtract 196. Make sure you put the whole number in the right spot. There is no decimal. Anyways, I get X squared equals 292.41. My height. Square root both sides. Right? Let me get that. There we go. In case you need to see that a little better. Okay. So let's leave that in view on my screen. So here we go. 1/2 base times height. Okay, multiply. 14 times 17.1 divided by 2. 119.7. That is the area of my triangle down here. So my volume is going to be the area of my base, 119.7, times my height, which is 19, divided by 3. Volume, 758.1. Unit of measure is meters cubed. Okay, so I used an X just because, when you use decimal points, when you have a decimal and then you're multiplying with a dot, I just don't want you to think that the dots are in different spots or what, or that it's extra decimals. Okay. But usually an X is so 6th grade, right? Okay. All right, we're not doing 6. Let's head back to the back side. Let's talk about cones. Okay, so cones. I'm going to have the area of my base is pi r squared. It's a circle. So it's kind of like, all these formulas are very similar. The area of the big B times the height. Well, big B, base of a circle, happens to be pi r squared. So this 1/3 pi r squared times height is perfect. It's all laid out, so you don't have to integrate this capital B anymore. Area of the base, because it's just pi r squared, right? Okay. So first thing I need to do, let's just write the whole formula out as is. The volume is, okay, I'm not going to do this 1/3 until the end. I'm going to put divided by 3. All right. So here's what we got. Pi r, the radius is 9, halfway across the circle, squared, times my height, all divided by 3. Okay. So there's 2 ways that you can answer this. All right. You multiply it all out. If I did not multiply by pi, I would get 459 pi. If I decided I wanted to then press, now you have to actually press the pi button. So I'm going to do 459, and my pi button is this silver, can't see it. Okay, my pi button is above the EXP down here. So if I did 459, then I'm going to have to do times pi equal pi times 459. Much better. Sorry, you couldn't see what I was doing. So, is that kind of okay? Anyways, here's my volume. 1441.99 yards, make the decimal dark, yards cubed. Okay. Both answers are good. This is a more complete answer, a precise answer. This pi answer is, sometimes if you're taking a test, a standardized test, and you're not allowed to use a calculator or something, then they would have pi in the answer. So that would be an example of when you would, do that. Okay, we got to hustle up. Our video's getting long. Okay, here we go. Volume is pi r squared. Well, r, I don't know. I know that the diameter is 5. So the radius has to be half of that, right? Right. 2.5. Okay. Volume is going to be pi radius 2.5 squared times the height times 8. Okay. Do it all out. 2.5 squared times 8 on your calculator. Well, so 50 over 3 pi. Otherwise, I'd get a decimal because 50 divided by 3 is 16.666666. Anyways, okay. So I'm just fine with that for now. And then that's my pi answer. And I press the pi button on my calculator. If you press just 3.14, your answer will not be as precise. When you actually press the pi button with all the digits, you get a precise, super exact answer. 52.36 inches cubed. Okay. All right. A couple applications, just 2 of them. A cone has a volume of 1,309 centimeters squared. So now I know the volume. If the height is 8, what's the radius? So I'm just going to write my equation, but I'm not going to know my radius. So I'm going to be able to, on the left side, put pi r, I don't know it, squared times 8 divided by 3. Okay? Basically, multiply both sides by, I can do to get r, I have to isolate r. Anyways, so you multiply both sides by 3. 3,927 equals pi r squared times 8. Divide by 8. I could divide by 8 pi actually to get r alone. So I'm going to divide both sides by 8 pi. So you're actually, in the calculator, 3,927 divided by 8 times pi. You're getting that 156.25 equals r squared. Square root both sides. My radius equals 12.5 centimeters. So I knew the volume, I didn't know the radius. Okay? Caitlin must build a sandcastle in the form of a square pyramid for a project, as shown to the left. She bought 3 bags of sand, each containing 1,200 inches cubed. Okay, so that's how much she could fill it with. She bought 3 of them. Okay, so that's what she bought basically, is she bought 3,600 inches cubed of ice to fill it. So we want to know, will she have enough sand to build the castle? Which means that I'm going to figure out what's the volume of this pyramid, and is 3,600 inches of sand enough? So basically, she's not building a sandcastle on the sand. She doesn't have an unlimited supply of sand. What she has is she has these bags, and then maybe she's building it on a table with water, and she's going to wet down the sand so that it, stays firm and holds in place. Okay. Here we go. It's like a sand castle contest for people that don't live by the beach. I don't know. All right. So first of all, let's figure out what the volume of my pyramid is. Volume of my pyramid. Pyramid. Okay. So the base, the big base, is 25 times 25. 625. Now I'm going to do my volume, which is the big base times the height divided by 3, right? Okay. Now, do that math. The volume that I have is 3,750 inches cubed. Okay, that is going to be how much sand I'm going to need for this shaped pyramid. She bought these bags, and these bags total 3,600 inches cubed. So, no, she's short, guys. She will be short 150 inches cubed. Sad news for Caitlin. So she needs to change the specifications of her pyramid, is basically what she needs to do. Okay? Which is obviously easily done. Okay, you rather have leftovers than not enough. All right, your homework is attached on this PDF. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 12. Okay. So that is 7 problems. And then I'll post the answer key to that on the notes tomorrow. And the notes tomorrow is 11.4. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. I know this was a 24-minute video. Good job. Email me, contact me if you have any questions. Bye, guys.